As we inch closer and closer to January 6th and the debut of Monday Night Raw on Netflix, the WrestleMania rumors are starting to become a little bit more frequent. Rumors had speculated that John Cena versus Logan Paul was the match that WWE was going to land on in Las Vegas for WrestleMania 41. Now, as of this afternoon, new rumors emerge that that is not the match, and that WWE's got a major plan for John Cena, which could be chasing number 17. We will go over what is being discussed right here on Off the Script. A major championship going to be introduced for Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns. I got the latest update on this supposed Tribal Chief Championship, and Jordynne Grace is headed to WWE. But when? I got the dates and I got the time right here on today's episode of Off the Script for your Friday, 12/27/2024. We'll start with Jordynne Grace. This is the easiest one to get out of the way. Rumors are circulating that Jordynne Grace will be in the Royal Rumble, and that is definitely going to be the case because according to Fightful Select, they have confirmed that Jordynne Grace's deal with TNA Wrestling is up in early 2025 as opposed to the middle of 2025, which was the originally agreed length of the contract. However, quite a while back, Grace agreed to an amendment to her deal. However, unlike a number of other TNA talent, Jordynne Grace's deal isn't up just yet, with several contracts coming up at the end of 2024. Grace's actually goes beyond that. Fightful Select is confirming that Jordynne Grace and her last contracted dates for TNA are of the weekends of their Genesis pay-per-view, which is January 19th, 2025. She is scheduled to take on a returning Tessa Blanchard during that pay-per-view. Now, this would obviously open up the doors for 2 weeks later for Jordynne Grace to emerge in WWE and be a part of the 2025 Royal Rumble, which is definitely going to happen. I don't think it's any surprise whatsoever where Jordynne Grace is going to end up and where she will be debuting with the company. That woman is primed and ready for the main roster. She's ready to make an impact on the main roster after several appearances on NXT Tuesday night. That woman is ready for a WrestleMania spotlight as soon as she walks on into the door. So I don't think it's a surprise to anybody listening to this or anybody in the news that Jordynne Grace is going to end up in WWE. We'll have 2 weeks to get her contract already ironed out, and she will be in the Royal Rumble. WWE has worked with others in the past under a little bit more of a time crunch. Jordynne Grace and her contracted dates the weekend of January 19th for TNA Genesis before the Royal Rumble, not a problem for them at all. She will be in the 30-woman over-the-top Royal Rumble, no doubt about it. Very excited to see what she does when she gets to the WWE. There was a rumor that WWE was going to introduce a Tribal Chief Championship. Yes, it sounds ridiculous. A Tribal Chief Championship for the Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa upcoming Tribal Warfare match on January 6th, which is the debut for Monday Night Raw on Netflix. Now, we all stated, I think it was a community-wide complaint, and everybody was on the same wavelength. Why do we need a Tribal Chief Championship when you've already put the spotlight on the Ulafala and had Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa make the Ulafala the end-all, be-all? Whoever owns the Ulafala is the Tribal Chief. Roman wants the Ulafala back. He's made a mention that he's lost his bloodline, he's lost his title, he lost his Ulafala. He wants it back. Solo Sikoa, on the other hand, who has the Ulafala right now, has stated in previous segments on SmackDown that whoever owns the Ulafala is the Tribal Chief, and if Roman Reigns gets the Ulafala back, not only will the fans have to acknowledge him as the Tribal Chief, but Solo and his bloodline will acknowledge Roman Reigns as the Tribal Chief. So nobody really understood why the need for a Tribal Chief Championship would be needed in this feud. Now, in the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, our best friend Dave Meltzer reported that the title will not be created and the two stars will indeed continue to feud over the Ula Fala. Meltzer wrote regarding reports of a new title being added to the Tribal Chief title, we're going to say that that's not happening either. Now, these guys will feud only over the Ula Fala. Yes, that will be the case, says Dave Meltzer, and there will be no Tribal Chief Championship. It almost sounds like WWE kind of leaked that information out there, and they put that little tidbit, that little nugget of information out there to see how it would be received with the pro wrestling fans. And then when the overwhelming negative response came back, they were like, all right, that was an idea that we figured, let's see if we could shill this off to the fans and see if they embrace it. Nobody embraced it. So they're just going to go back to the Ula Fala. This is where you get one idea. You should stick with that one idea and not come up with really anything else because you've made such a spotlight around the Ula Fala. A Tribal Chief Championship isn't really needed, especially when you have a company that just introduced a Women's United States Championship, a Women's Intercontinental Championship. You're going to introduce an Ula Fala and then a Tribal Chief Championship to the storyline. Why would you add another championship on top of all the championships that you just added, on top of the existing championships? It's only going to make every other championship in the company feel a little bit less prestigious. They're not going to feel as important. And especially if you create a championship that will be used as a trophy and a trophy only, not to be defended, it's just a little overkill. That's what the Ula Fala is for. The Ula Fala not only looks better as the focus of the storyline, it just looks aesthetically pleasing compared to a championship when it's worn around someone's neck. So the Ula Fala will be it. The Tribal Chief Championship, thank God, is not going to be introduced to the Bloodline storyline going into WrestleMania. John Cena. I personally cannot wait for John Cena and his retirement tour in 2025. I think we as a fan base, a normal human being, I know John Cena still has his detractors out there and people who do not want to see or hear about John Cena. I have grown to appreciate John Cena over the last several years. And I think when John Cena is gone, his absence will undoubtedly be felt. Now, everybody's wondering what his year is going to look like. Fans across the WWE realm and beyond have predicted who they want to see in the ring with John Cena next year. Randy Orton, Gunther, Logan Paul, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, LA Knight, Bo Dallas. You name it, they've been thrown at the wall. If you could pick one true opponent for John Cena, I think a lot of fans usually land on Cody, and CM Punk, and Randy Orton. Now the rumor is, or the rumor was, I should say, that John Cena versus Logan Paul was the match that WWE was going to go and do. It would be the perfect WrestleMania match for both Logan Paul and John Cena. It's a match that WWE is definitely going to do at some point next year. It's a match that Logan Paul and John Cena both want, but it's up to WWE when to do that match. Everybody figured it would be right for WrestleMania 41. This is not the case. As reported by WrestleVotes, on Thursday afternoon, there have been rumors that Paul was wrestling John Cena at WrestleMania 41. WrestleVotes reported on Thursday that the idea of the two stars wrestling each other has been discussed within the company. However, the idea was met with disapproval from several members of the creative team, with the general feeling that Logan Paul should not be John Cena's final WrestleMania opponent. In the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Dave Meltzer reported that the match is not happening. So please take this with a grain of salt. It's Dave Meltzer. It's the Wrestling Observer. Please take it with a grain of salt. Meltzer wrote, regarding some rumors, there probably were talks of Cena and Logan Paul at WrestleMania, and Logan Paul did ask for it, but we were told it's 100% not happening. We also know the idea of Cena challenging for a world title to break the so-called record of 16 by Ric Flair is something that at least as of a month ago could happen. Cena will kick off his retirement tour on January 6th. He will be there in Los Angeles on the debut of Monday Night Raw on Netflix. We'll cycle back to John Cena and Logan Paul in just a second. And then as of Friday, this rumor emerged in the IWC, and this is coming from Mike Johnson of PW Insider. PW Insider is reporting that currently the majority of the talk is circled around the idea of John Cena versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. They've heard the bout mentioned by several sources over the last 2 weeks, including on Thursday when WrestleVotes put out the rumor that John Cena and Logan Paul was majority shot down by those in creative. Now, I want to stop there. Triple H probably already has an idea of where he wants to go for WrestleMania. I'm sure he has multiple WrestleMania cards planned out just in case, because the one big hang-up to everything at WrestleMania, which you guys know already, is Dwayne Johnson, is The Rock. We don't know what's happening at WrestleMania until The Rock gives us a clear indication if he's going to be there and if he's going to be in the ring wrestling somebody at WrestleMania. As soon as we know that information, whether he will or won't, then everything WrestleMania will slowly reveal itself over time. The PW Insider Report noted, it should be pointed out that those sources have noted that everything is subject to change, especially if The Rock descends down from Mountain Rock, as one person joked about, and wanted to work with either Cody Rhodes or John Cena at WrestleMania, at which point any creative plans would be reworked to fit into The Rock's WrestleMania vision. End quote. Mountain Rock. He just sits upon the mountain ready to come down whenever he wants to, and whatever he wants, he gets. It's a joke now. We've been saying this for weeks, months. Rock is the end-all, be-all to our WrestleMania card. What's happening in Vegas? Only The Rock knows. When The Rock knows what he's doing, we will figure out everything about WrestleMania 41. For the sake of context and this video, and the opinion in this video, I am not booking WrestleMania in this video with The Rock in mind. Okay? The Rock is not on TV. He's not factored into any storyline outside of what we've seen at Bad Blood and what we've seen before that, which was basically the Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania and him basically shaking Cody Rhodes' hand and eyeing the title and just kind of lusting over the WWE Championship. And he handed him something and told Cody, don't go and break my heart again. I'd like to see that played out. So when people ask me, JD, what is your preferred WrestleMania match? Cody Rhodes and The Rock at WrestleMania 41 for the sake of continuity and for the sake of story. I want to see everything played out in the manner in which it needs to be played out. I don't want to go from one situation to something else completely different, then come back to what we did at fucking Raw after WrestleMania in 2024. I don't want to see Cody and Rock in 2026. I don't want to be talking about Rock wrestling in 2026. Let's get him out of the way, and whatever he needs to do, let's get it done. So for the sake of context here, what I want to happen is Cody versus The Rock. I'm not going to go and give you an opinion solely around that. Let's move on and book WrestleMania without The Rock in mind. If The Rock is not in mind, then The Rock is not in plans. What does Cody Rhodes do at WrestleMania? There's only two logical answers to this question. One is Randy Orton, and the other is John Cena. That is it. If you ask me, JD, which would you prefer? I'm going to go with Randy Orton. I don't know how much time WWE needs to tell the Randy Orton storyline from where they need to obviously finish up whatever he's got going on with Kevin Owens. Is WrestleMania enough time? Is 4 months enough time for Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania? The answer is yes, there is. I don't see Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton being a problem for WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton is a dream match that people in this current era of WWE want to see, just based on the story we've been given and the fact that Randy Orton would be Cody Rhodes' greatest rival in this entire run so far. And I think people are ready to embrace a Randy Orton heel turn as the Viper, chasing the championship and ultimately taking the title away from Cody, which would give us on Friday night a different feel to the main event scene on SmackDown, with Cody ultimately chasing, which I think the majority of the fans believe Cody is better chasing the championship than he is as the champion. He's finally coming into his own right now as the champion because he has story being built around him. And if you ask me, I believe this story is the best story that WWE is telling in all of WWE right now. So that's my opinion there. It's either Cody, Randy, or Cody, Cena. So I'm going with Cody and Randy as my preferred match. John Cena, on the other hand, is a match that Cody desperately wants, and WrestleMania would be the perfect stage for that to happen. But there's one big hang-up here. There's one big hang-up as far as John Cena is concerned. And my question is, do we need John Cena to come back to WWE television on January 6th with him not winning a singles match in years? The last time we saw John Cena, he was being thumbed to the throat by Solo Sikoa with a Samoan spike on 4 different occasions. That was the last time he wrestled in a singles match. I don't remember when he won a singles match before that. It's got to be years. So John Cena being placed in a WWE Championship match at WrestleMania, it might look and sound great on paper. The opponent may look and sound great on paper. It is a mega match. It is a dream WrestleMania match. You cannot end a career any more poetic for John Cena than challenging for the WWE Championship and challenging Cody Rhodes in the main event of WrestleMania on night 2. I get it. But do we need to rush that storyline? Do we need to rush John Cena and Cody Rhodes for WrestleMania 41? What does John Cena do for the remaining months, the remaining 8 months in 2025? Why don't we save the best for last? Unless we're going to give John Cena the WWE Championship and have him be the flag bearer as a full-time employee for the company in 2025. Have him be the flag bearer for Monday Night Raw and have him go and defend the championship at every major PLE and have him be the guy to hold the championship for the company in his final year. Is that the plan? I don't know. Why are we... Now, if you ask John Cena, he probably doesn't even want the fucking 17. He doesn't want number 17. But is that the plan? If we go and do that, which is his best story this year, that's the only story that people are really going to want to see. Him chasing number 17. You want to see that played out already as soon as we begin his retirement tour in the first 4 months? What does he do for the rest of the year? John Cena and Cody Rhodes is a dream match. You could do that match at SummerSlam. You could do that match at any point in the year. Why does it have to be at WrestleMania? Now, if you want John Cena in a championship match, I honestly think John Cena versus Gunther is the better match. Why do I think John Cena and Gunther is the better match? Because if you do John Cena and Cody Rhodes, you are absolutely going to compromise your biggest babyface in the entire company right now, which is Cody Rhodes. He's the guy, he's the man, he's the champion. Why do you want to jeopardize any goodwill with the fan base by putting him in a match with John Cena in his retirement year, and you're going to compromise and put any type of stress on Cody Rhodes to potentially be the heel, being booed going into WrestleMania because everybody's going to be sympathetic and sentimental towards John Cena winning number 17. And when he doesn't, does that make Cody Rhodes the bad guy? Do you want to jeopardize that and jeopardize Cody Rhodes' momentum going into WrestleMania and beyond? The answer is no. The answer is no. I don't see John Cena beating Cody Rhodes. Why would we need to see that happen? Cody Rhodes is the WWE champion. I would rather see him drop the championship to someone that's going to be elevated, like a Drew McIntyre. That would be the guy I would drop a championship to, not John Cena in his final year. Not that title anyway. If you want to do John Cena and Cody Rhodes, I think that's a mistake. I think the fan base is going to be split. You don't want to put that stress on Cody Rhodes. Now, if you go John Cena and Gunther, I feel like that would be the much better match because everybody's going to be on John Cena's side. Gunther's going to have his role 100%. John Cena's going to have his role 100%. You're going to have the conquering babyface trying to valiantly get number 17. Can he beat who realistically was the final boss before the final boss was coined by The Rock? You're going to have the evil villain, foreign villain in Gunther, who's going to play up to the fucking patriotic, all-American babyface and John Cena in his final year in WWE. That is the way to do it, to me. I don't know where the WrestleMania plans are going, but if you want a championship match at WrestleMania, I feel like that's the match to do it, and it would be a little bit more easier to digest if Cena beat Gunther instead of Cena beating Cody. Because I don't think Cody is going to lose the championship no matter what going into WrestleMania and beyond. I think he's going to be the WWE champion at least till SummerSlam. Unless The Rock says so. I don't know what Dwayne wants or where he wants to go. But I do think that it's a little bit easier to digest if John Cena and Gunther is your match, and then you want to change the plans there and have Gunther drop the championship to John Cena and him become the world's heavyweight champion. I think that would be the right way to go about it. Now, again, if we're not booking WrestleMania with The Rock in mind, Cena versus Gunther, then you got Randy Orton and Cody, and then Punk and Reigns. It's a mega threesome of matches there. Now, if you go Cena and Cody, and then you do Punk and Reigns, where does that leave Gunther? Where does that leave him? Where does that leave Randy Orton? There's a little bit more what if we don't go with the Cena, Gunther, Cody, Randy, Punk, Reigns trifecta. You're just opening up to, all right, what do we do with this guy? What do we do with that guy? What do we do with this match? What do we do with that match? I think there is a little bit more streamlined WrestleMania if you go that road instead of doing Cena and Cody at WrestleMania just because it's got to be WrestleMania and Cody wants it. I mean, we all want certain things in life. That doesn't mean we're going to get them when we want. We got to wait for them. Doesn't need to happen at WrestleMania. Now, if they want to go and do Logan Paul, I don't really understand how the rumor said that that isn't really a match that could be for WrestleMania, and they don't want that to be John Cena's final WrestleMania opponent. What's wrong with that match being John Cena's final WrestleMania opponent? As if Logan Paul hasn't delivered banger after banger after banger with everybody he's been in the ring with. Why are we all automatically discrediting Logan Paul and what he could potentially do for John Cena? This is why I said, why do we need to play off number 17 almost immediately? That makes everything before it a lot more predictable. John Cena is either going to win the Royal Rumble or the Elimination Chamber. I don't want to go into a WrestleMania season where one of the two major road to WrestleMania events is already predictable because John Cena's got to win one to get either Cody Rhodes or Gunther at WrestleMania. I don't want to see that. John Cena winning a Royal Rumble or an Elimination Chamber in his final year sounds fucking too predictable, bro. It does. I don't want to see that happen. I don't. I would be a little bit more understanding if it was for Gunther. Give him the chamber. Fine. But the Rumble? We wait for the Rumble. There's one Rumble every year. Let's give it to John Cena. I mean, there could be anybody that wins that Royal Rumble this year that would probably be better off for it than John Cena. John Cena's won Royal Rumbles in his history. Why do we need to give him another one because it's his retirement year? Give him the chamber. That's fine. But either one is going to be very predictable if he's going to be factored into a WrestleMania match, especially if it's a championship match. So why are we discrediting Logan Paul versus John Cena? This is why I said, why do we need to play out number 17 at WrestleMania? Why can't John Cena play the role of, man, I can't win. I can't win. All these years, I haven't had a single defining singles victory in years. Logan Paul can be that heel to say, I'm better than you. Hustle, loyalty, and respect. You old-timers don't have it anymore. I am a better and greater superstar in 2 years than you've been in 20. I mean, it's the dynamic between the two, the characters, and the way that they will be on TV. I mean, it's a match made in heaven. I would never discredit that match. Imagine Logan Paul putting John Cena over. That is his defining victory. Then he can go and challenge a Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam or a Gunther at SummerSlam. Why do we need to play off number 17 at WrestleMania? Because It's WrestleMania. It's John Cena's retirement. He's got to win the championship, and he's got to go after 17 because it's WrestleMania. These things don't need to happen because it's WrestleMania. A lot of people said that about Cody. There was no other way, and there was no other event for Cody to win number 17, for him to finish his story. That was it. It was WrestleMania or nothing for him. John Cena can win number 17 at any show he wants. It doesn't have to be WrestleMania. And with the rumors that we've heard in the past, he don't even want to break the record. He's like Bryan Danielson. He never wanted to win the AEW championship, but Tony insisted on him winning the AEW championship at All In this year from Swerve. So that's where I'm feeling. That's where I'm coming from with this John Cena and Cody Rhodes situation. It doesn't have to be at WrestleMania. You could do that match or a championship match for John Cena later in the year. If you want to do a championship match, have it be Gunther. That's the right opponent for him for the reasons that I cited in this video. That's the right opponent for him at WrestleMania. Cody, I feel, is either Cena or Randy, and if I'm going to have one of those matches, it's going to be Randy. And I think that's ready to be played out. And honestly, if Randy and Cody is the championship match, I'm going Randy to win the WWE championship just to inject some different into Friday nights. That's where I'm going. Cody, Randy, Cena, Gunther, Punk, Reigns. This is all depending on Rock. If we're booking WrestleMania without The Rock, that's your threesome right there. That's a mega WrestleMania card just based on those three matches alone. And we haven't even factored into what Drew McIntyre's doing, what Seth Rollins is doing, what the ladies are doing. Charlotte's going to be back. Becky's going to be back. We don't know what's going to happen with the rest of the card. That's why I said Triple H probably has a WrestleMania A and a WrestleMania B just based on what The Rock is going to do. But at the end of the day, it all cycles back to The Rock. If The Rock wants something, if The Rock wants to come back and wrestle, he's going to come back and wrestle. Then we got to blow the fucking plans up, and it's probably either going to be Roman or Cody. And we're not talking about Cody and Cena. And we're not talking about Punk and Reigns. It's going to be whatever Dwayne wants. This is why I've said for weeks, months, whatever The Rock wants to do, the WrestleMania card is in the palm of his hands. It's either yes or no. Does he wrestle or does he not wrestle? When we find that out on January 6th, we will know what the WrestleMania card is going to be. But that's my opinion on this mega John Cena and Cody Rhodes rumor. Let me know what you guys think down below. How do you feel about this? Comment section is yours. Every comment helps us out in the YouTube algorithm, and we love being in the algorithm. Hit that thumbs up on your way out. Let's try for 1,000 likes today on Off the Script. Any videos that you might have missed during the week, go check them out. They are on the homepage. And make sure you guys join me live tonight for Friday Night SmackDown. It's the last SmackDown of 2024, and it's the last 2-hour SmackDown for the foreseeable future. So join me live tonight right here on the podcast. Thank you guys very much. Hopefully you had a happy holiday, and I will see you live tonight right here for SmackDown on Off the Script. I'll see you guys later.